Loud who you want to be. Hey. You sleep in the morning, still drinking when it's dawning. It's the life we lead. Hey. Blowing clouds out the crowd with the music up. Loud who you want to be. Yo.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Macrocast, your source for news and entertainment with the minds behind Macro Records.
I'm Downlow'd.
And I'm Mattson, we're your hosts. And today today we have a very special guest with us today.
The one and only El Sucio.
Yes, El Sucio.
Raul Chacon.
He's returned.
Resident author on the Macro Records blog.
Sometimes I get hungry.
That's me right there.
The beloved Sometimes I Get Hungry.
So, real quick, go ahead and tell them about your series that's going on right now. The first part came out on Wednesday, and then the next two are coming out the next two Wednesdays.
Well, thank you for having me back. I appreciate it. It's always glad to be a part of the team. I really do appreciate it. We're doing a...
You can come by anytime you want, Raul.
No, shut up. You know I can't. I'm going to knock you on at 11 in the morning. What's up, homie?
Hey, man. Come on the podcast now. We're not even recording today. Don't worry. El Sucio's back.
Anyways, I was doing a little bit of an intro to everybody because I just been around the scene for a little while, and I just want everybody to have a little bit of help or success. I don't know. We're doing success in the dance music scene. I'm giving everybody just some tips and some pointers and trying to put it out there that we don't have to be as divided as we are. We could just be a little bit better. I don't know why I'm fiddling with that.
No worries.
But yeah,
Okay,
totally. So
you're featuring local artists?
No. The series is called The Guide to Success in Dance Music, and
okay, nice.
It's all Raul Chacon's pointers on how to make it as an artist or a DJ or just anyone who's trying
to make it in the dance music realm.
Yeah.
Because really, I mean, where we're at right now, it's an apex point where we have all these marketing schemes going on at the same time, and everybody's not seeing that they're being used one after another. And instead of just being another cliche, just being another topic, just being another point in a comma, it's better to make your own statement. It's better to do your own thing. It's better to be a part of something bigger than just to be another hashtag, another question, another random dude. Oh, who's that guy? Oh, he's a DJ. Oh, everybody's a DJ now. I don't want that no more. I see so many really, really, really good people, and a lot of them don't get a chance because they're too busy fucking up. They're too busy pretending. They're too busy doing this, and it's like it's easy steps, easy pointers. We've been doing it. I go back to Dale Carnegie. I go back to Robert Greene. I've been reading Abraham Lincoln, Julius Caesar. I mean,
these are all like legit people though that have some legit pointers that you could learn something from. So.
Oh, absolutely. And
then you've compiled all of this information into a guide that's essentially supposed to help you succeed.
It's just a little bit of a jumping point for everybody because I could write a book if I want to, but we're doing the article.
Right, totally, yeah.
So you can pick up part 2 this coming Wednesday. It's 2 days after this podcast, available on the Macro Records blog.
How many parts are there? 3 parts.
I'm doing 3 because I had to cut it down. I did a Jerry Maguire where I stayed up all night and I wrote like almost 10 pages of just nice. Topic after topic after topic. And I was like, yo, I told Alex, I was like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm going to have to give it to you next week because I need to refine this
right on.
To a point. I just couldn't put it out there, the whole thing.
And can we also make a note that Raul has been here on the podcast before?
Yeah.
This is his second time.
What we were going to say is he was on the podcast in its infancy when we were just getting
very nubile.
Before we even had video, before we even had a way to, have our guests look at
communicate
topics.
At all. We couldn't even talk to each other. It was weird.
And so Raul Chacon, on his first visit, his mic was completely off or it got unplugged or something. So he was hard to hear. Yeah. Like, unless you turned the volume up way loud and listened to everyone else really loud, he would have been really hard to hear.
I think you were only getting picked up by our other microphones.
Yeah.
Which was unfortunate, but it's good to have you back here. So what's going on in the world of Earth?
Well, no, we have one more tidbit.
Oh, there's more macro news. I'm sorry. I jump ahead of myself, and I just,
Last week's episode of the podcast, the video version was uploaded and set to come out on Wednesday like normal, but Fox blocked it, and it was unavailable in all countries, everywhere, unavailable on YouTube.
Why was it blocked by Fox?
Well, last week we talked about the Family Guy Simpsons mashup, and there was some footage in the video version to coincide with it.
Oh,
so Fox put the hammer down on us, but I've rectified it. You guys, if you watch on video and if that's your preferred method of ingesting this content, the video version of last week's podcast is available today, Monday, the same day as this podcast, and today's podcast on video will be available on Wednesday like normal.
Did you say you rectified it again? You're saying rectified a lot today, aren't you?
Did I say rectified a lot?
I think you said it again. I don't know, or maybe that's just resonating in my head.
Are you watching Deadwood again?
I have never watched Deadwood.
I've only seen a couple of episodes of that, and that show was fucking intense, man.
Oh, but that...
It was crazy. Like, every other word was... It was like Spartacus, but
it's like,
in
fuck
the Old
you,
West.
fuck me, fuck us.
Piss of the gods.
Piss and shit of the gods. Jupiter.
That's another really sad show that got canceled after 2 seasons.
Did you watch
It
Spartacus?
had 4 seasons. Spartacus had 4 seasons.
He's talking about Deadwood, though.
No, Deadwood.
Oh, Deadwood.
I love... And who's the guy that in Spartacus that he's also in The Mummy?
Batiatus. His name is Batiatus.
But who's the actor's name?
Oh, God. You look it up, because I have the machine running.
It's probably like Amur or something. Ahur.
No, really? I think he's an English guy. He's English.
There's Muslim English guys.
Oh, I guess.
No.
I'm not saying it's impossible.
What?
Just improbable.
There's black French people.
There's lots of black French people.
Yeah.
What are you talking? John Hannah. He's played by John Hannah. But
Where's he from?
Oh, God.
You don't have his IMDb open?
I'm looking at Lentulus Batiatus. He's from Scotland.
Oh, okay. So I was close. He's from the
Scotland, isn't he?
Oh,
yeah.
I thought you were talking about the bald guy for a second.
No, not him.
That guy's definitely Arrow.
I'm completely wrong.
One of my favorite moments from Spartacus is when he goes, "Finally, the gods remove cock from ass."
Yeah, dude.
Like his.
I love the gore in that TV show, man. Like
Spartacus,
the gore was fucking amazing.
Spartacus just set that bar for what a lot of European shows that I started seeing, like Misfits, like that level of violence, but at the same time
violence and sex, man.
How intricate the stories were, and I was like, all right, good.
Spartacus, I loved, man. Like the first season with Andy Whitfield. It's a shame he passed away, but
oh yeah.
That first season was the best Spartacus it had ever been, and the supporting actors really made that show too. Like Paul, what's his name? John Hannah, Lucy Lawless.
Yes.
Lucy Lawless. I mean,
totally.
The supporting cast was really.
She's
good
in
on
everything
Spartacus.
now.
Well, now she's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We'll talk about that later. Later, though.
I really still feel like the epigrams are what makes Spartacus the best, though.
But before
shit of the gods.
Before we get into TV shows too much, let's continue with this. Spotify has launched in Canada.
Oh, this is real news.
Good news for Canadians who are fans of Macro Records as well, because we're on Spotify. So now
you can get our music
in Canada. You can find us. So. That's this last Tuesday.
Spotify is essentially like a radio alternative, isn't it?
It's kind of. It's like Pandora. It's a streaming.
It's like
service.
a radio alternative. It's like if you don't want to listen to the radio, like you don't put it to 99 point whatever or 90. You listen to Spotify or Pandora.
You still feed it your influences, and it'll shoot out what you like.
It'll send you random tracks, though, right? So this woman was trying to argue with me the other day that Spotify is not radio.
What?
I don't know.
What
do you guys think?
What are you going
Post
to
in the
define
comments.
radio as? I mean, like, you got to set the bar.
I feel like she was like, I don't listen to the radio. I only get my music from, like, I only hear new music on Spotify. And I was like, well, that's kind of the radio.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a form of radio.
It's
getting transmitted to you.
Music streaming to you.
Yeah.
With a certain.
Well, I think it's
we're
like
not
Pandora too, because you can subscribe and you get perks for being a subscriber.
So, can I ask you something?
What's that?
Do you subscribe to Audioslave?
No, what's that?
That's Tom Morello's old group.
Oh, really?
They got back together.
Did they really get back together?
And they just got kicked out of something.
Tom Morello was recently in the news. This was a topic we have.
Segue.
Good segue, Downlow'd. Tom Morello slams a Seattle restaurant after being denied service. This was a really big deal, man. Let's see.
I thought that was here because it said 5 Point, and I was like, "Yo, is that really in the hometown? Like, when did these fool come here?" But then I read Seattle, and I was like, "Okay, that's even better."
Eggs Against the Machine.
What? Why?
Because they said he was a dick.
So what happened was the restaurant was full capacity.
Okay.
And he showed up with his entourage at the front.
Like what? Like 12 guys probably?
Probably. And he was like, well, can you get us in there? And the doorman, who's just doing his job, was like, no, we can't get you in there, sir. There's no room. There's nowhere to put you. And apparently him and his entourage got real nasty and like.
You don't think that I'm sure that he didn't like flash some money in the guy's face though, because I'm sure if he did, that would have been a different story. Oh,
I don't think so, man.
We'll get these guys out of here, find some, or be able to accommodate you in some way. Plus, he's like high profile clientele, man.
The owner released a statement and was like, "We treat everyone the same at this restaurant. No, just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean you're better than everyone else, and we're gonna."
I agree with that, but I mean, like. I think what it really comes down to is they probably knew that he doesn't spend money, or maybe he's a cheap bastard, you know? Because they're like, we're not going to accommodate just any, like, they would accommodate a celebrity who's going to go spend thousands of dollars in there. They want to keep their business open.
He's just not a regular. I mean, like,
but the place is jam-packed, man. There's a line. They don't need his fucking business.
Yeah.
Why didn't he do, I mean, come on, why don't you put in a fucking reservation for that place? Like, if it's that packed, I don't know. Tom Morello hasn't been told, I'm fucking Tom Morello, so... You know, I get to do whatever I want.
I do not know what's going on with this. Please tell me this.
So you think these two girls in Cruella,
these hoes ain't loyal,
seem to think that they can do whatever they want, don't they?
So Cruella and Rain Man split up. I'm not going to say one was kicked out or one left either way because they're both saying the opposite. Rain Man says he was kicked out, and the girls are saying that he left on his own accord. But the story is Rain Man has left Cruella, and he's now suing them for $5 million.
That's it.
I think another story...
That's a lot of iTunes.
I think another story showed $7 million. I don't know if it was this one. I have a copy of the...
Okay, I want to know what the situation was surrounding this.
I mean...
Why did they kick him out? Is it because of it's an image thing? Like they're gonna be, it's more profitable? Is it their management saying, "Hey, you can be a super girl group"?
Something post rehab. What's the rehab?
This is what Yasmin or whatever said, and she says that.
Oh, they have names.
Yasmin and something else.
Who's Cruella?
Cruella is the group.
Oh, but
I'm pretty sure it's Yasmin.
Yasmin and someone else.
Jahan.
And Youssef.
Jahan.
No,
what? That is so fucking racist.
No, I swear.
Youssef?
What?
Oh my god.
It's Yasmin and Jahan.
Oh really?
Youssef is a good house DJ.
I'm pretty sure. It said it like a paragraph up. If you just look up, I swear you'll find it.
That was what Cruella posted on their page. That was the message from the two girls.
Yasmin and Jahan. Yeah. Yusuf, that's their last name. You're like, no, their name's Youssef. Which, I mean, you are kind of right.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like Yusuf Islam though. You know who that? Cat Stevens.
In Russia, Cruella kicks you out.
Pretty much.
Evidently, in America, that's the case, isn't it?
So, are you guys familiar with Europe's longest roller coaster? It's in North.
Why? Oh my God, this is interesting.
It's in North Yorkshire.
Oh my God!
So, this past week,
this is amazing.
That's terrible.
A deer stumbled onto the tracks of this roller coaster and was decapitated, showering all the passengers in blood.
They were like, oh my God!
And no one was harmed. They were just showered in blood, and the ride was closed. And
the deer was harmed.
Well, the deer.
Could you imagine? Yes. Could you imagine the people? There was probably one person who was like so joyous, and he was like, "Oh, it's water," but there's like,
apparently it's a common occurrence.
Baptized in blood.
They have a huge fence too, but sometimes it's just
not
foolproof.
A deer could jump 15 feet easily.
Yeah, so that's what they're saying.
15 feet in the air.
I know there's a
15
YouTube
feet in the
video.
air.
Yeah.
A deer can jump 15 feet in the fucking air.
Oh yeah,
like straight up.
They have powerful legs.
We had a cabin in Riadoso, and they would always jump over. Yeah.
Have you seen by my house? I live literally in the mountain, and I've seen the deers running down the mountain, and they'll leap up and they'll get hang time for 15 seconds and then land.
So a deer could easily like just jump right over a car.
Probably, yeah.
Dude.
They don't because they're idiots. Deer in the headlights. They're like, what the fuck?
But there's no headlights on the fucking roller coaster.
Oh no! Well, this one's just dumb. He's like, "Ooh, what's going on here?"
Is this the photo of said deer?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Is this the deer in question?
I think it's a deer stock photo.
Oh dear.
You know, I live right by the train tracks, and people always try to run past the train and they never make it. There's like 3 people this year that's been hit by a train. So they got that deer thing. I don't know what everybody thinks they're faster than this thing
I don't know.
100. But there's a YouTube video with Fabio getting hit by a goose.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's amazing.
That reminded me of.
Yeah. Okay, so would you ride the roller coaster knowing that you might get showered in blood?
That's the most metal coaster.
That's
ever.
fucking awesome. That's what they should do. They would capitalize on it, man. Be like, you might get sprayed with blood, and play like, I don't know, some like Dimmu Borgir.
Yeah,
or just like hardcore. Like.
I feel like this needs to be an option in the next Roller Coaster Tycoon. Like shower of blood.
Like, well, I think that they kind of nailed, or that one person nailed it with Mr. Skeleton's Wild Ride. There's people that there's like, it was some internet troll or whatever. I guess this guy was just playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, but he posted it to 4chan, and he made these people ride this roller coaster for like 3 years. So they got off. They were very displeased.
Yeah. Just take away the station.
No, yeah, it was the longest roller coaster in history. I don't know. It was like, and he was screenshotting it, saying like all these people were like, there were lines of people that were displeased. They want to get off. It was like 1 star because they've been on it for a year and a half. And what he did, the crazy thing about it is he had like the exit, and the exit turned into like a little U-turn, and the only exit through there was the entrance to the ride again. So they had to ride again.
That's fucked. Oh, you're talking about when they leave the ride.
Yeah, they had to go. They had to go right back into the ride.
I thought you meant like he took the station away, so they're just stuck on the actual coaster and looping.
Dude, it was just a really long roller coaster. The station was still there, but people would ride for like 3 years in game time. Like,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
it's great. Thank Mr. Skeletel. Good bones and calcium will come to you.
So Donald Trump, I mean, you think for the amount of money he has, he'd be a little smarter.
Oh, man, no. I know Donald Trump is fucking moron.
He was tricked into retweeting photos of convicted serial killers.
What?
So someone at Feckhead, that should have been your first clue, Donald.
Dude, wait, these are definitely people from 4chan, or from some chan.
My parents who passed away always said you were a big inspiration. Can you please retweet for their memory? And it's these people.
They're fucking convicted killers.
They are from England. Here, let me get their names real quick.
I think I know who they are. Fred and Rose West.
Yeah.
Notorious killers in the 60s through the 80s in the UK.
I do not know. Can you please enlighten me?
I don't know what they did. I'm not too familiar with them, but Donald Trump, come on, man. Like, did you do zero research? Like, did you see that picture? Like,
they tortured and raped numerous young women and girls, murdering at least 11 of them, including their own family members. The crimes often occurred in the couple's homes in the city of Gloucester. Gloucester?
It reminds me of, did you see the Paul Walker movie?
No.
You
just said Paul Walker, and I say no.
Yeah,
dude,
you're thinking of Running Scared.
That movie was fucking amazing.
Was
If
it?
you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Yeah, it was good, man.
What was that
Rest in
last-
peace, Paul.
It's hardcore. That movie was tough to watch.
It's freaky. So some parts are tough. I don't know. I've seen some
yeah.
like watch a Serbian film
Yes,
and you're gonna be
I love that's up there with me.
Have you seen that movie?
The ending? You just
Oh my
get out of
god!
here.
And it's like that, dude. That is a harsh movie.
It's
You're
like I'm gonna watch that and Old Boy and cry all night. If you want to feel better about your life, watch those two and you'll feel good. The old Boy, not the
And what's okay? So this girl that I went on a date with last night was talking to me about Old Boy, and she was like, "Have you seen Old Boy?" I said, "Yeah, I've seen."
That's
the original.
points right there.
I said I've seen the original. She was like, "No, the new one." And I was like, I haven't seen that. I heard that it's not even worth a minute of my time.
That's not.
Have you seen it?
No.
You haven't seen it?
Everybody this is how I know about Old Boy. I had a PSP. I was on the road doing security. I was on the road 2 years, so I had to take something. And I would land somewhere and go to like the pawn shops because you would have cheap places. There was an Old Boy PSP movie, the original one.
Uh-huh.
And I bought it and I was like, whatever, like $2? Cool. So then I checked out this movie. That movie is like my number 2. Like that's my number 2.
The original one
movie.
is so good.
And I was just like, what the fuck did I just come into? Everybody who I showed that movie. And I remember I would hook the PSP up to the TV because that was my VCR. That was my PlayStation. That was what I did on the road. Like, everybody who I showed that movie told me that the new one was horrific.
Well, the original movie was made on a budget of $3 million and ended up.
Wow, that's cheap.
Yeah, and it ended up I think grossing like $14.9 million in box office.
So
it became a cult hit though. So it's made a lot more money after the fact in like VHS, DVD sales, etc.
That's cool.
It came out in 1993, but the new movie, which is directed by Spike Lee, had a budget of $30 million.
It came out in '93. I thought it came out in 2003.
And the box office made. I'm sorry, 2003. You're right. My bad. And excuse me, that's my bad. And yeah, the new one came out in 2013, so 10 years later, and it had a box office of $4 million.
That's too soon for a reboot, man.
10 years?
Way too soon.
So what do you think is going to happen with the X-Men franchise when Disney picks it up?
I don't think X-Men needs a reboot, man. They just need to work.
Do you really honestly think that's going to...
You're telling me you want to watch another fucking origin story?
I am not saying that I want to, but I'm saying that that's the reality of the situation.
I don't think I can.
Do you think that Fox is going to allow them to keep that in the same continuity?
If they can't make that happen, then what's the fucking point?
Disney would have to buy 20th Century Fox.
What they'll probably do is...
That's probably what they'll...
And I mean,
it's whatever. We'll just
really
do it.
Out of Disney's reach, but that's a little much. Disney's not going to go buy 21st Century Fox.
I can't wait for that.
It's 20th Century Fox.
Whatever.
They changed it to 21st Century Fox. Did they really?
I don't know. I think so.
21st Century Disney Fox.
I'm pretty sure it's 21st Century Fox or 20th Century Fox.
It's 21st Century Fox?
Mm-hmm.
Who's right? All right. Before we get off topic...
what the fuck?
Let me say something about Oldboy real fast. I read the manga too, because it originally was a manga. And the thing about the Oldboy series is that everybody in the hotel, like everybody who's stuck in that prison, has kind of the same story. Because the original Oldboy, he laughed at some little kid in elementary school. This is the original Oldboy. He laughed at some little kid in elementary school, and he started crying because the little kid was like mentally defective. He had something wrong with him, and the little kid hated everybody's guts, and he ended up being a millionaire, and he seeked bloody revenge on the whole entire class. And Oldboy, he ended up being the last one who survived it. But each cell has a different thing of the same story. So the Spike Lee one could be considered a whole nother dude in another cell compared to the Chen Wan Pak one, compared to the manga. Like, that's the way they tried to set it up in the manga, that everybody has some sort of demon in the background.
I see. And also, let me just go right back to this.
Really off topic.
I know, but 21st Century Fox is a company, but that's a news company. 20th Century Fox is filmmaking.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure they're both owned by Fox.
Okay.
I'm not sure, though. Fox owns all the centuries. That's basically the bottom line. Anyway, it seems like we have the new version of Windows.
Windows 10 was announced this week in a press conference. From what I've heard, the internet went wild because, as you know, the last version we had was Windows 8, and now we're at Windows 10. So everyone
skipped a whole fucking version.
Everyone's like, "What happened to Windows 9?" And you know the classical joke 7, 8, 9. But I mean, come on, Windows, what happened to 9?
Why didn't they just do like Windows Infinity?
Did Vista count as 9?
Oh,
maybe. Well,
but that was a horrible.
What about Windows XP?
But Vista came before 7.
What about Windows XP?
But those all came before 7 and 8. So if that was true, they would have named 7, 8, and 8, 9.
Like Mac Lion.
It sounds like a bad joke.
Even though,
it sounds like a really bad joke.
So user reviews, people who've demoed it, say it's great. It brings back some of the features people really loved about Windows 7 and some of the stability that Windows 8 offers, and it's a good little package. I look forward to trying it out.
Well, okay, but why do we need that?
What?
That's the question. Why do we need Windows? What is it bringing?
It's bringing back the traditional start menu, which was taken away in Windows 8.
Okay, I don't use Windows, so I'm not familiar. But I'm sure the viewers and listeners know.
I'm sure you've used a Windows computer. If you'd remember
never.
The button bottom left.
The start.
Yeah, the start button.
You didn't have that?
That was removed in Windows 8.
Is Clippy back?
Yeah.
It's Clippy. What's Clippy?
Dude, Clippy?
Clippy, bro?
You look like you're having some problems with your text document. Can I help you out?
Clippy.
He's like, hey.
Yeah, he's like,
he's a creep, you know?
Hey, sir.
He's watching. Yeah, he's watching.
He's
your
like,
fucking...
I'm always watching your documents,
and he knows what you write. Everything that you write on that fucking that page.
He knows where it is too, because he knows what you're doing, where you're going.
Anytime you input anything into the interface, Clippy knows. He's all about that input.
You want to see your pictures?
25 times celebrities prove that they were awesome at cosplay.
So this is a cool little article.
Okay.
It might not mean much to you guys if you're listening on audio, and I apologize, but
You can check out...
check it out on video. You can find it very easily. Just go to thisismacro.com, click on MacroRecordsTV, and the Macrocast. You'll find it. So number 21 is...
comment, I love Downlow'd.
Seth Green as the Joker. This one's pretty cool. I mean... Seth Green's too short to be the Joker.
And Seth Green totally looks like that he would want to be the Joker. Like, he wants... Like, don't you think...
Seth Green is... I have him stored on a list of douchebags in my phone.
What? Dude, have you seen...
He's kind of a douchebag,
in
man.
Entourage, he's a douchebag.
I believe it.
He totally asked E several times, hey, how's Sloan doing?
Oh, wow.
You remember that? And that's like his girlfriend at the
No,
time.
I love Sloan. That's a hot chick.
Oh, all right. The Rock is Fred Flintstone.
This one is...
That's good.
It's pure amazing.
That's pretty good.
Do you really want to see him as Black Adam? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay.
You're obviously upset by that.
I was
No.
disappointed because I thought he was going to be Shazam.
Oh, I
Or
would've-
Captain.
that would've
Captain
been bad.
Marvel.
The
Everyone's...
other guy, the
I've-
dude he turns into.
No, Shazam is
They're the same person.
Wait,
No, but it's the little kid turns into Shazam.
Billy Batson.
Yeah,
But
like-
Captain he used
Marvel's
to be
the
called
same character.
Captain Marvel, but they got sued, so now they can't call him that anymore. But I'm so used to him being known as Captain
What
Marvel.
does the anagram stand for? Something Hercules, Athena.
Oh, right.
Zeus?
Yeah, it was he had all the powers of the different gods.
I can't remember.
Yeah, and that was kind of like tied in with the whole Themyscira and Wonder Woman thing too, because that goes way back to Shazam, who's one of the Lords of Order.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. You're the DC guys. I know Marvel.
Well, also.
Oh wait, are we on the wrong
Freddie
page?
Mercury.
Go
Wait, hold on.
We ain't on the wrong page.
We gotta go to page 1, dude.
Oh,
The
okay.
ones at the beginning are way better.
Oh, I see.
Bryan Cranston.
As Hector Salamanca. What? That's not. Oh, that's awesome.
That is a good one.
Bryan Cranston as Walter White. I wonder if he wears a mask. If he wore a mask like that during the show.
No.
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 He had his head shaved.
Yeah. I just don't understand. I don't know. I don't get that one really.
Walter White is such an asshole, man.
Bryan Cranston as Skylar White and Aaron Paul as Jane Margolis.
What the fuck is up with these guys, man? That's so bizarre.
That's too meta right there. You're
Yeah,
getting
it's-
super meta.
Bryan Cranston as Aaron Paul and as Vominos Pest Termites?
Oh
was-
my god, dude. These guys are trolling.
Bryan Cranston as Jesse Pinkman, Aaron Paul as Walter White.
Dude, they're trolling so why do they just go out and do that shit?
You think? Do you think they came up with that, or did the team come up with
That
that?
I don't know, but it's brilliant though.
Chris Hardwick as Marty McFly.
I'm not really getting that.
Maisie Williams as Spider-Man. Not sure why this is on the list.
That's
This is
Awful
terrible.
cosplay.
Katy Perry as Jane and Shannon Woodward as Daria.
Oh god. I feel like they were like, okay, so these celebrities have actually done cosplay, so
Patton Oswalt as Dr. Octopus.
that's really cool. Look, he's there with his kid.
Patton Oswalt's a badass.
He is a
I love
badass.
Patton Oswalt.
You know they're trying to play up on that Daria joint because I love Daria and I always want to have sex with the real life one. But
With the real life Daria?
yeah, for sure. They just talk all this antisocial anthropatry shit.
Dude, I always liked Jane.
Dwayne Johnson as the Hulk.
I was more of a Jane fan.
It's because Jane was hotter than Daria,
Yeah, totally.
and then she stole the boyfriend away.
Wait, so wasn't Jane's who, Trent?
Daniel Radcliffe as
No,
Spider-Man.
that's the brother.
Oh, and who was Trent's girlfriend?
Nobody. I don't know. He was
Nah,
just a sub
he
character.
dated some like that preppy chick. That popular girl.
No. That's the brother. Trent isn't even in that high school.
But wasn't he dating someone?
I
don't know.
remember some dude was dating Jane.
Did you ever watch Daria?
And then Daria took that dude away, and then they weren't friends. That was like that whole season, like season 2.
It's so that it's such a it's a high school commentary that's so funny, but it was brilliant because it was from the mind of Mike Judge. This one's actually pretty good. Daniel Radcliffe as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
it's not too bad.
It's not awful.
But why did he do that?
because he's got that twink.
Lena
body.
Dunham as Louis C.K.
What?
Who's Lena Dunham?
I have no
I'm
idea.
guessing
who that
that's
is.
Jeff Dunham.
There is a guy that literally tours as he covers Louis C.K.'s comedy. Basically, he doesn't do his routines, but he acts like Louis C.K. on stage. He has his own routines and he dresses up like him.
What?
He's fucking hysterical, man.
Really?
Is that like that Tony Radcliffe thing? Like the dude who what was the crazy dude who died from from Saturday Night Live?
Oh man.
Mighty Mouse. He does, "Here I come to save the day."
Oh, you're talking about
Andy Kaufman.
Yeah, Andy Kaufman, right?
Yeah.
Matt Smith as Bart Simpson.
Oh god, that's not good. This is not good cosplay. I don't know who.
Michelle Trachtenberg as Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's cool.
I'm so over Nightmare Before Christmas.
I'm not over Michelle Trachtenberg.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Let's see.
Freddie Mercury.
Katy Perry as Freddie Mercury. That one's pretty good. And that's it. Those, I mean, some of them were pretty good. Some of them were
The
meh.
first one was good.
Some of them were good. Some of them were bad. Which one did you like the best? Post in the comments. Like. Adult friends.
So, are you guys looking forward to
Do you
want to
get? Okay, so I looked up something right now about this comedian that looks like Louis C.K. I'm sorry to take you off topic, but this popped up, Adult Friend Finder, and it says, question 1, do you want to get laid tonight? Yes or no?
No.
I have the option to actually choose this.
Comedy. Louis C.K.
Can I click no?
Laid. Well, not if he's gonna look like Louis C.K.
No, I said no. Question 2, are you ready to hook up with hot members in your area? No. Question 3, why is it asking me more
You
questions?
should be recording your screen, too.
Question 3, do you want to see explicit member photos and videos? No. Reviewing your answers. Thank you. Based on your answers, there are 3,800,000. You didn't even listen to my answers, Adult Friend Finder. God, you guys are fuckers. Okay, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry.
Let's jump into the main chunk of this show today, which is going to be about TV shows. Starting this week, tomorrow actually. Today's Monday. Tomorrow.
Is it on Wednesday?
No, it's on Tuesday after
Okay.
Supernatural. Tuesday, new season of Supernatural starts, and right after that, the first episode of the new season of The Flash on CW. I know that the pilot was released beforehand. It got leaked, but they've made changes to it.
Are they directly going against Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Is that what they're doing?
I don't think so. I think they put it after Supernatural because Supernatural has a bigger following than Arrow.
yeah.
So rather than put it on Wednesday after Arrow, I think they'll probably get more people to watch it if they have it after Supernatural. That's just my opinion.
I thought they were just like, fuck it, we're going to go against Marvel.
They're a totally different show, man. Like, I don't know.
Game of Thrones after Supernatural and Arrow.
Yeah, what
wow.
were we saying last episode?
We were saying that
The
what if
CW.
What if Game of Thrones was on the CW?
And it was like soap, like more soap opera-y.
Yeah,
Like,
and it was like right after Supernatural and the
Game
new
of
episode of The
Thrones.
Flash, Game of Thrones.
No, that was the best chunk of TV, though. It was Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones on Sundays.
yeah.
That
And
was-
now they moved Walking Dead from Sundays. That kind of makes me sad, man.
Walking Dead.
Walking Dead is not good anymore.
Yeah,
You don't like it?
Walking Dead is a TV show that's kind of gone on a little too long. But I think there's still an opportunity for them to salvage the show and make
Rick
it awesome
needs to
again.
lose his hand like
I
in
need
the
to
comic
know.
books.
I need closure on the
Yeah, that might
characters.
happen. I don't know.
I don't think so. He's too hot. Okay, Norman Reedus has to die.
Does Norman Reedus actually die in the comics?
There is no Dixons. There are no Dixons. There is no Meryl.
Well, then he doesn't need to die.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does.
All the
yeah,
fangirls love him.
yeah,
That's why he
you know.
doesn't
But
die.
I'm a huge fan of fucking Daryl too, though.
Michonne has to die.
Ah,
But to
dude,
get
she's
back to
awesome.
the point, let's take a look at some of these pictures from the upcoming Flash show. They're just of the characters.
You just hate Walking Dead, Raul.
So there you have Barry.
I love the comic book.
Who is that? Barry?
Barry.
Wait, can you scroll up? I'm sorry. Give me
Who's
one
this
more
guy?
look.
Caesar, what's his name?
Caesar, what's his name? Oh, there's Barry. All right.
There's Barry.
Generic Hispanic.
He looks more badass. in
Generic Hispanic, pretty much.
And there's like a smart chick who's gonna check all your emails.
Who's
while
like-
he's running.
She's gonna check all his emails.
Dude, she looks like Simmons too from Agents of Shield.
Simmons is hot.
Except Simmons is British and this
And
chick
she's
is
evil now.
American.
She's evil now.
Yeah.
No,
I didn't even know that. It's okay. It's fine. I haven't
No.
kept up, but I'll catch up.
I
That
don't.
kind
You
of gives
think
me more
she's
incentive.
evil? We'll talk about this, but
attractive Asian
Yeah.
lady, love interest.
Who the fuck are these people? I want to know who the characters are, man, because otherwise this means nothing to me.
The police.
I want to know who
Hard Edge policeman.
doesn't it
Detective Joe West. Thank you guys for putting this in the fucking hardest font to possibly read.
right?
Where's Weather Wizard? I want to know who's playing as Weather Wizard.
All I know is
who's going to be Killer Frost.
But
Killer Frost is gonna be good, man.
Gorilla Grodd.
I think it's gonna be good. Oh, are they gonna have Gorilla Grodd?
Get
They
the
have
fuck
to.
out of here! No,
Is that's a good?
that's something that they would have to introduce.
That's
like,
Flash's #1 dude.
Yeah, him and Flash are butt heads a lot, man.
dude, Mirror Master is like a huge one.
Mirror Master hates
then
Flash.
Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
Captain Boomerang.
Dude, all of those guys. Gorilla
And
Grodd
what's the
is
other
like
guy who hates Flash? The crazy one.
What,
and
the
Flash is like friends with him. He gets him to take his pills.
what?
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
one?
There's an
The
episode
white
of
one.
JLU where Captain Boomerang, Mirror Master, and one other guy together go after Flash.
Yeah.
He's like a jester. What's his fucking name? He wears ridiculous.
I think he's called the Jester. Or he's called
No.
Jumping
But
Jester.
dude, you know, Shade is another Flash villain too. That could
Shade
be
is
super
awesome, man.
badass.
Shade is good.
He's
I
so
love
sick.
Shade.
Yeah, Gorilla Grodd is a huge one.
You know what? I'm looking forward to seeing Balloon Man
Balloon
on
Man.
Gotham next this week.
Oh, the Pied Piper. Isn't that
Yeah.
who
Is it?
you were talking about?
No, that's not who I'm talking
Or is it
about.
Trickster?
Trickster.
Yeah, he's a good one. I mean, there are so many. Mirror Master, yeah.
Flash has pretty good villains, man.
Yeah, you're right though. Gorilla Grodd is a major. I didn't even realize
That's
Gorilla
a-
Grodd was a major Flash villain.
Yeah.
Not only is he a major Flash villain, he's a major villain.
For the
And-
entire
well, I'm
universe.
familiar
DC
with-
in
yeah.
general.
Yeah.
And the super what is that? The Mega Human, the other one, the other gorilla that's like
good one.
super smart.
Oh, the Ultra Human.
The Ultra Humanite. That's the one. Yeah, dude, I love that one too, man. The Ultra Humanite.
I thought you were gonna talk about the guy the gorilla from Gorilla City who's friends with Flash.
No, that guy is cool.
Yeah, he's awesome.
But
I
dude,
think he flipped too.
no,
He's a bad guy,
no,
too?
he's
I
legit.
think. Well,
no.
I think he flipped while I was reading whatever
Oh,
storyline
maybe.
I was reading.
But you know, those things have changed so many times in the comics. Like there have been so many different storylines.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I mean, isn't there a different storyline about how Doomsday was created? Like, there's
Doomsday
one-
is a
he's a cl-
Superman clone.
No, he's not a clone.
Told
Is he a
you.
clone of Superman?
Yeah.
He's taken from a piece of Superman's
No,
DNA.
but he was not
There's a lot of
cloned
them.
in Cadmus, dude. He was cloned on
No,
Krypton.
someone else cloned him.
Like he died over and over again until he was like he was like genetically superior to any being in the entire universe. That's why Doomsday is more powerful than Superman, because he doesn't get the power from the red sun. He's just power through years of evolution.
Yeah.
Or not, I mean, dying over and over again. You know?
I wasn't gonna say he was created by Cadmus, but Cadmus eventually gets a hold of him.
The
Oh, yeah.
original one.
But that's what I'm saying though. There's different stories.
Well, I know. There's a lot of Doomsdays.
Yeah.
I'm not aware of all of the stories, but yeah, there's definitely more than one story, and so the same thing with like Gorilla Grodd and the Ultra Humanite. But jumping back to the Flash, if they do include Gorilla Grodd, I really hope that they do include Gorilla City and they make it like legit,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's a human that
They'll fuck it up, man, because they're gonna try and make things realistic.
that's
Like this-
so fucked. Guys, please stop doing that.
They're just gonna have a laboratory where they're experimenting on gorillas, and
And
then
something
they'll
goes
be.
wrong. And he
one
became super
genius
smart.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's basically Planet of the Apes. But Gorilla
new
Grodd is
one.
more sophisticated than that. Like Gorilla Grodd has like taste.
I think the Ultra Humanite is like that.
The Ultra Humanite likes. Wait,
likes
what was the
opera
episode where
and
he
classical
Who does
music.
he drive completely batshit crazy by listening to
Lex
opera?
Luthor.
Oh yeah, he hates it.
Yeah,
His
they're
cell
stuck in
is right
prison.
next door.
Yeah, yeah.
They fucking.
He's like, turn that down.
The Ultra Humanite's like sipping tea in there.
He like in JLU when they got him to go back to prison, like one of the stipulations was they had to give a grant of like $10 million to like the Youth Symphony or something.
Oh
Like-
yeah, and that was his whole like purpose.
And then he went back to jail so he could annoy Lex Luthor.
That's why the Ultra Humanite is fucking badass.
He's
he,
awesome.
He really didn't even have like any intent on like keeping money himself or whatever. He was like, just give it to the orchestra. Like I just caused all of this havoc just to troll, you know.
So me and Raul are both caught up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
Like
what
you're
are-
not
Talk-
caught up?
Oh, you
Oh, you don't like that show?
I like it, but I got tired of it, man. And I fucking got so sick of Sky, dude.
She's so badass.
She's badass now.
Huh, dude?
They
Like,
had to work on her. It's because she was a shitty character.
She was a
in the
shitty
first-
character, dude.
Everybody wanted her to die.
I
Yeah,
feel like
I wanted-
she was unfinished though, man. And now that they've like, May is her SO and she's like trained and she's badass. I feel like
She's a level 6
okay,
now.
one thing
yeah,
that I
she's a
really
level 6,
hated,
but the levels are gone.
one thing that I hated about that show too was like the whole like centipede thing that they kept like bringing back. I was like, this
It
is
dies
not
out.
like I was like, this is not like legit.
No, but that culminated so well in the end.
Yeah.
That whole.
Well, I guess I never
Centipede
let it
isn't
like wrap up for me.
Centipede isn't what's important though. What's important with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is the GH and what brought Coulson back to life.
Yeah.
That's what the entire series is about, really.
I think that I stopped watching on the episode where they just figured that out.
Yeah.
Where like Sky had
to
save Coulson because he was getting his mind like checked or you know what I'm saying, that episode.
That's when the season got good because I was
that's exactly when I stopped watching. I was like, fuck this.
That's when I was turning against it too, and I was like, I'm gonna give this show one more chance. And then they started doing all the Valhalla things and tying into Thor, and right when I was like, okay, this is the last episode I'm gonna see, and if it's not good, fuck them. And then they started doing the whole Captain America thing. They started bringing everybody together, and I was like, okay, it's gonna get better.
So do those guys make appearances in the show?
No.
That Bill Paxton's in it. You love Bill Paxton.
I love Bill Paxton. No, but Bill Paxton's in it. You love him.
In the new season,
Thanks,
the guy from Captain America, what's his name? He played fucking M. Bison.
Baron. Yeah.
He played M. Bison in one of the Street Fighter movies.
The Chun-Li one.
Yeah.
They made a part 2 to that.
No, why? It didn't even need a part 1.
Yeah, that was.
Fuck.
She does the Hadouken.
But that show, man, like it's gotten so good, and I'm really looking forward to the rest of this season.
I'm now that I'm thinking about it, I hope it's not against the Flash because I want to see the Flash too.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, nowadays you can watch anything you want, you know. Find it later on the internet and watch it whenever.
Yeah, and it doesn't really matter. I don't think either. As long as the network knows that people are watching it.
I think Flash will get enough viewership too, and it'll probably. I bet you. Okay, I'm gonna make a prediction right here and now. On Tuesday, after the Flash premieres, Wednesday morning we'll see a press release that says it confirmed Flash for season 2. I'm predicting.
Probably, yeah. But, I mean, they already have that plan though.
They already have the Green Arrow crossover plan.
Yep.
Dude, DC is not fucking around. They see the value in all of this. They see what Marvel has done.
And we've talked about the Supergirl show coming too.
That's on the same network.
Oh, I thought it was going to be on Fox.
No, that's also on CW.
Oh. What else are they putting on Fox?
Another. They're putting
some other Batman related
Justice
thing.
League or the Teen Titans.
No, that was on TNT.
Oh, that's on TNT?
Yeah. Fox has Gotham.
Okay.
We can talk about Gotham real quick. You haven't watched it, have you, Trent?
No, I haven't, but we can talk about it.
The first episode was real slow. Second episode was really super good.
Really? Dude, I think the first episode was a little slow, but it did a really, really good job setting up the characters. And
And there was a Joker reference, too.
Yeah.
Oh, already.
There was every single reference.
Okay, but here's the thing that I haven't watched it yet, and so tell me if this works or not. But Bruce Wayne is so young in that show, and like the Joker, it doesn't really make sense for him to be the Joker when Bruce Wayne is like 8 years old.
No, but he's like 18.
The Joker's 18?
They say that
we haven't seen the Joker.
It's not confirmed. There was a dude doing really, really dark humor at Fish Mooney's club, and then it was like, oh yeah.
That could be
I want to die.
But he was too scared.
I want to die in the sleep. Well, I mean, the Joker, from all of his confirmed origins, he was just some stupid little kid too.
True.
Yeah.
And then he became real crazy.
What? But okay. But how old is Bruce in the show?
He's
like
about
10.
10.
He's 10 years old. I don't.
He's cool, man. He's
yeah,
like.
Wait. I'm not saying that it's not cool, but the thing is, like the relationship with the villains for me doesn't really make sense because I feel like a lot of the villains are younger than Batman.
True.
Like Poison Ivy, I feel is younger than Batman.
No, she was like 5.
Selena Kyle shouldn't
Selena Kyle's like 12 or 13.
Yeah, she's older.
She shouldn't
than
be older than Batman, man.
I don't know.
Like
but
Batman is an older
already.
character, dude. Like Batman is always an older character. He's always like in his like 40s. I feel.
The thing with Bruce Wayne is that he disappeared within that 8 years. That 10 to 18 when he went to Japan to go train, he went to all those colleges. He started doing his Batman thing. Nobody knows about
the League
that.
of Assassins.
That's when he joined the League of Assassins.
But the only thing that really bothers me about the whole rehashing the origin thing is the fact that it's not like in typical Batman, he's born like in the 60s, you know, or the 50s. So it's like now Batman is 10 years old and his parents die after they went to the movie theater instead of like the theater or the opera, you know?
But didn't they? I thought that's how it happened anyway. I thought they went to see a movie. And
I thought they went to see a movie also.
Yeah.
Really?
It was a movie theater, dude.
Oh, I thought they went to go see a play or something.
Nah, but
that was in the.
But wait, Gotham. This takes place now,
it's taking
like in
place
current.
now.
It's awesome, man. Jim Gordon, like, I didn't think I was going to like who they picked for Jim Gordon, but I'm fucking loving it.
What's his face from the OC?
Yeah.
So that means that Batman is growing up right now.
I'm still not... I know that the last episode of Gotham is going to be Batman's going to come out and this one's going to have a stash. Like, that's how you know that the season's going to... Like, okay, the
What
series...
are your thoughts on Fish Mooney? Because she's a new character.
Like, I'm enjoying her. Like, that's the most enjoyable character so far.
She's fucking awesome,
And
man.
the Penguin.
Yeah, Penguin's good. Jada Pinkett Smith really sells
Is
fucking
that really
Fish.
Jada Pinkett Smith?
Yeah.
She's hot, though.
How old
That's
is
hot.
the Penguin?
He's young, man. He's like 20.
Yeah, he's like 18.
He's 20. Dude, that's
He
so
just
much older
started.
than Bruce Wayne, man.
Everyone's like, hey, have you ever heard? You walk like a penguin. He's like, no, I've never heard. And then he fucking slices someone up.
Nice.
It's awesome, man.
Every time you hear somebody tell him that, he kills that
Is
dude.
he British?
No.
But the Penguin's supposed to be British.
He's got bad teeth.
Yeah.
He does?
Yeah, he's got awful teeth.
He's got a big hook nose.
It's hard to look at his teeth during the show, man. I'm like, God, those things are disgusting.
I feel bad for that actor, but he landed the role of his life. Like, he was meant for that role.
Do you think that those are his real teeth? Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
No, really? You think so?
Because he doesn't look like he has that big cap on. You know how you speak like that?
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
I don't know. There's pretty good makeup and like effects these days. It's a good possibility. Do they put a lot of money into these episodes of Gotham?
Yeah.
Like,
I think the acting is really what makes
is that on Fox?
Yeah, it's on Fox.
I think they're paying for the actors.
I mean, maybe, but aren't
So
all the
far
actors
that's
kind
what's
of like,
selling it for
the
me.
biggest actor is Jada Pinkett Smith.
Yeah, and his partner, I
Yeah.
can't remember his name, but he's awesome in the show, man. And he's like,
what was that show he had where it was a bunny, and then that really hot chick that got married to Bobcat Goldthwait? He was in that show too.
Bobcat Goldthwait?
Yeah, he was married to some really, really hot redhead chick. It was a show with a bunny that this dude is talking to this bunny rabbit. That it was like a complete rip-off of the Bundys. But this dude was talking to a bunny rabbit, Mr. Floppy. And then there was a really, really hot redhead that was the daughter of that dude, but he's going crazy.
Is it Unhappily Ever After?
Yeah.
I have never ever heard of this.
That is a funny show, dude.
so real quick, let's give some thoughts on Doctor Who, man.
Wait, this lasted from 1995 to 1999. That's probably why I never saw it.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Because you were doing your Batman thing.
At 1995,
You were
I
studying in
wasn't even-
Nanda Parbat?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
All right, so Doctor Who.
So let's
do it.
First, we're going to talk about the episode that was 2 weeks ago, episode 5, Bank
I
Heist.
just got caught up. It's
Download
Time Heist,
caught up,
actually.
Time Heist. So, Time Heist.
Why is
It's not just a bank heist. It's a time heist. That was cool.
That was probably my favorite episode of the season so far. Like
I liked it.
the villain. I love in Doctor Who when the villain turns out to be a good guy and he's just like misunderstood and the Doctor is able to understand him.
And those two creatures walked off into the distance in the end, and the
the
Doctor actually
found his
helped
wife.
someone though for
Isn't that what he always does, though?
But it hasn't been like that
this
with
season.
Capaldi,
Yeah,
man.
this season hasn't been like that. He's been like, leave them to die. That's been his thing. Like,
So that's
he's already
what I
dead.
wanted to talk about too. Like, is it too soon for the evolution of Capaldi's Doctor into someone a little bit more caring? But after watching the other episodes after that, it's like it's not happening.
I don't know.
It is slowly.
Yeah, I think that there's like a larger story arc at play here. I need to know like what the fuck is going on with this whole heaven thing. That's still been like a question of
Is
mine.
he still an angel?
Who?
The Doctor?
The Doctor? Well, I don't think the Doctor was ever an angel.
What is he called technically?
He's a Time Lord.
He's a Time Lord.
But
yeah.
it's I remember I saw an episode where he was like an angel or something. Or he was a representative of the Lollipop Guild. Or I don't know what that was.
Okay, so I know that
The Shadow Proclamation?
River Song is dead, and in this show or whatever, she's now in heaven. So everyone that's dying is ending up in heaven.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some random police officer ends up in heaven. It's like, okay.
I thought
love
he was
how-
a karmic representation. That's why this whole keeps coming back and all that shit.
No, he's a Time Lord.
Yeah,
That's
he's
why
an
he
alien.
keeps coming back. On Gallifrey, the students who studied at the academy were gifted with they looked into the time vortex.
Time Lordery.
Yeah, and then they were gifted with 12 regenerations.
They were gifted with
What
them?
number?
Yes.
What number?
Regular
is it?
Gallifreyans did not have regeneration.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wait,
Only Time Lords who studied at the academy got
but
regeneration.
the Master looked into the time vortex for too long.
Yeah,
And
he
that's
was
why he
supposed
went
to
crazy.
be a Time Lord too.
Yeah, no, yeah.
But
He is a Time Lord.
He is a Time Lord, yeah.
Well, isn't every Gallifreyan a Time Lord?
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
Only the ones who study at the academy and get regenerations are Time Lords.
Okay, I see. But the Master went crazy for looking at it too long.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I would too.
Dude, the Master is fucking kick-ass. I want to see the Master come back in some incarnation versus Capaldi. Like, come on. That would be awesome.
I love how in Time Heist, someone says, one of the people who's working on the crew with him, he's like, why are you in charge? He's like, the eyebrows.
Yeah, totally. But
I
like Sai, that character Sai. That was the guy.
The supporting characters were really good in that episode. The human augment and all that.
And when you
stuff.
thought that they were dying too, it was like, oh shit, like, you know. And
the whole episode was like Ocean's 11.
I just think people want the Doctor to be cutesy and fun and cool, but it's like, let him be dark. Let him be a fucking badass for a minute. Let him do something.
I feel like that's cool too, but I feel like it's like it's not really a legit dynamic between him and his companion anymore. Like Clara's always like trying to seek some sort of approval from the Doctor, and like that whole episode about the school was like, okay, Mr. Pink and the Doctor meet each other.
Hold on, okay, don't go past that, because let's talk about last week's episode before that real quick.
Okay.
Which was Caretaker, and
that's the episode.
The Doctor goes undercover at Clara's school, and he's the caretaker. His name is John Smith, of course. The Doctor loves his alias,
right?
John Smith, and he can't retain the fact that Danny is a math teacher. He's like, oh, you're a PE teacher. He's like, no, I'm a math teacher.
I'm a math teacher.
He's like, you're a soldier.
He's like, no, you're a soldier.
Yeah.
I have that in my head, but it's not really coming out.
The Doctor was humming Pink Floyd at one point. It was he was like.
And did you hear the reference he made to River too?
Yeah.
At one point he was like, "Oh, River and I were doing this or whatever," and it's like it. And then also, okay, wait. In Time Heist, he lets the beast like feed on all of those memories, and I thought that he was having trouble like getting some of those memories, like grasping them.
It helped him. It helped him unlock things because his regeneration to this new Doctor wasn't supposed to happen. Like, you know.
So it was a lot. There were a lot of like.
Oh, what regeneration number is he on?
13. It wasn't supposed to happen.
That's why he's old.
They only get 12, but
now he has. He doesn't know how many more he has.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
How did he get more? I forgot how he got more regenerations.
I don't remember.
He did that block thing where you kick the turtle shell and it goes back and forth.
Well, one of his regenerations too didn't count, the War Doctor one, because that was brought on by a spell.
Yeah,
witchcraft.
But he got this last. Yes, you're right, but this last regeneration was like some other thing that happened. Yeah. That was in the Christmas episode.
Mm-hmm. He was
what the
when
fuck
Clara
happened?
entered his time stream or something.
I feel like he's gonna kill himself at some point.
No, the Doctor's not gonna.
No, like he's gonna come back and kill himself and do some paradox.
That would be interesting.
It's already something like that has already happened though. Like,
yeah.
That was one of my favorite storylines too.
Which one was that?
With River and her going back in time and meeting herself back in time.
Let's kill Hitler.
Yeah, no. I'm talking about the one where she's on the beach in the astronaut suit. Took place over a whole season.
Oh yeah, totally. And then
she as a child she was granted regeneration. She's a Time Lord, and then
that's when the Doctor was like, I wear cowboy hats now. Cowboy hats are cool.
No, Stetsons.
Stetson.
I wear Stetson now.
Ah man, I miss Matt Smith. That's all I can think about. I just watched Capaldi on screen with Clara, and I'm like...
He tries to pretend like he doesn't care for her, but he really does.
Yeah, and that's what I really don't like, too, is they were like, oh, we have to introduce this other character, Mr. Pink, to get, Clara out of the picture, basically.
Yeah.
And then what's up with this other girl that's on the fucking...
Courtney Woods? She's pretty cool. But hold on, man. The enemy in Caretaker, the Skovok Blitzer, that thing was fucking badass, man.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was like a Dalek meets a Cyberman.
Yeah.
Like, it was really weird.
It seemed like bonkers, though. Like, that thing was like... It was like... Searching, repeating, searching, looking again.
Have you noticed how little the Doctor uses his screwdriver now?
Yeah.
Like, he used it in the last episode.
Claire uses it just as much as he does, pretty much.
Yeah, I feel like that's a downfall. Like, I miss the Doctor, like, reaching in his pocket and, like, doing things with his screwdriver.
But it's because he's super badass now. He doesn't care anymore.
He's got, like, some superior intellect now,
he's
so he doesn't even
grizzled veteran spec.
Pretty much, man. And this last episode, which aired Saturday, 2 days ago, Trent's only watched a little bit of it, so we don't have to really talk about it. But
I know that there's spiders. There's space spiders.
So the moon is an egg, basically.
Oh, great!
Spoiler alert.
You know, I'm gonna actually. We can talk
Spoilers.
about it. I'm actually going to have to rewatch the whole thing because I watched like the first 15 minutes and didn't really get it. Just these episodes have no exposition at all. Really, they've just been like. And that's one of the things that's really bothering me about this season is the fucking writing. Like, it's like
joke,
Clara,
monster.
it's time to go on another adventure. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like there's
and he's
no
like showing up at her house and like, come on, and
we're doing all these things, Clara. Look at how much we have to do.
she keeps wanting to be brought back to where he picked her up. You know, like whereas most other companions would just go with the flow, but Clara's like, I want to live my life too, but I want to be with the doctor.
And she wants to be, and then Mr. Dude, and how can you like Pink, man? He's like,
I don't like his accent, man. I don't
like his accent. I don't like his personality. He seems like a broken man.
He's a Slytherin. He's gonna end up being cool.
I love how Raul is like not caught up on this at all, and he's like, he's throwing in like this imp, like.
Well, I mean,
that's awesome.
I know a little bit. I know enough to get by.
You're like, oh, he's a Slytherin man. That's like those memes where it's like use the Force, Harry, and it's Patrick Stewart.
Yeah, and then it says Gandalf.
Yeah,
like
Gandalf.
quoted by Gandalf.
Totally.
And then it's what was that other one? Yoda?
The other one was like it was Darth Vader or something.
It was Darth Vader. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So moving on.
Movies. We have a little bit about movies today. Super Trooper sequel. It's a sequel, not a reboot, right?
No, not a thank God, not a. We don't need a reboot. It's the Broken Lizard guys coming back together for Super Troopers 2, and it's what we've always wanted. I think
awesome.
That is going to be fantastic, and I mean, if this is like successful, then they should do a beer fest too.
Well, they're gonna do that
Pot
Weed
Fest.
Fest. Yeah,
Pot Fest.
yeah.
And when
Weed
it's more,
Fest. It never happened.
Yeah, it never happened.
I don't think they're making that, dude.
They should because marijuana is getting
So
like,
we're
legalized.
already the marijuana's passing now. Like
True.
you got busted for a joint? Get out of here, dude. You're not even cool no more.
Let me see. I'm looking it up. I'm searching.
No, what was it? What was that other thing? Okay, I really liked Beer Fest. I don't
Club Dread.
Club Dread was okay. I don't know why so many people are into. It's like I can't get into Super Troopers.
What?
I don't
love
know
Super
why.
Dude. The thing that made Super Troopers is I think people love pranks. And that whole thing was about like the funniest parts of that movie were the guys playing pranks on each other, like,
yeah,
you boys like Mexico. You know, that's a great one, and
chicken fucker.
That's like what it's funny because it's so bad, like, you know, it's like cringeworthy. Farva is totally cringeworthy, and then that chick was hot. The cop was hot.
But I
I'll have 6
Beer
Slitzes.
Fest though. I like their writing. I appreciate what they're doing, and I just don't know why I couldn't get into it.
You didn't like Beer Fest?
No.
Oh,
No, I like beer. I like
Oh.
there was like Beer Fest, Club Dread, and then Super Troopers
you know,
on my list. I don't know why.
I have to agree that Beer Fest was a much better made film. They had a fucking legit budget. I think that they broke ground with Super Troopers. Like that was like their first major film.
You like Club Dread more than Super Troopers? Because I think you're kind of a rare breed. Because most people
Hate that movie.
Most people think that's their worst movie, and you know, if I take it for what it is, it's not a bad movie, but.
The guy who plays Farva is
It's 'cause
fucking like he's like a sex guru.
Yeah,
It's so ridiculous. man.
Farva is so great in Super Troopers, though. Like,
I think because I
He's
like
one of the main
shitty
guys.
horror. I like shitty horror movies. I just
I
watched.
liked Club Dread too, and that's what
I
it
did
was.
too.
It was for people like you that like campy, like ridiculous horror movies. And I think that's those guys were like making a callback to
liked
that
it.
shit. I liked it, yeah. But they were like trying to spoof on it, and if you're not familiar with the films of that genre, like the legitimate films of that genre, you might not get it. You know.
So before the show's getting a little long, so we're gonna run through video game news and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Kotaku, one of the writers for Kotaku, did a study, and a lot of people are claiming to be video game Let's Players, famous ones, and they're propositioning these companies for free versions of the game and demos and stuff, and they're getting them.
You don't think so? The companies don't take it into consideration to check their credibility at all.
They fake the credibility, though.
How? Oh, by buying YouTube things?
Or saying they're a YouTuber who they're not. So, like, someone will make an account with a famous YouTuber's name and then the letter 1, and then email these people and like, hey, I'm this guy. Can you please send me this game
it's
for
like
free?
PewDiePie 1?
Yeah, and people get away with it, man. So this guy from Kotaku did a study, and he made a fake account, and he tried to get as many as he could, and he got over $800 in games. He gave them all back to the developers and, like, warned them. But
this is what's going on.
Yeah,
it's like that Donald Trump thing we were talking about earlier. Like people just aren't checking no more because if it's on the internet, it's real.
Yeah,
it must be real because so and so
That is dangerous.
link.
mm-hmm.
You know?
So the other day, me and Downlow'd beat Outlast on PS4. We beat the main story.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we're gonna start playing some Whistleblower.
The episodes will be coming soon. The entire Outlast series should be up on
Check it out
Macroplay
now.
within the
What
next
is that
week
about?
or two. It's about a reporter who goes to an asylum.
Miles.
Yeah, Miles Upshur. It's a really good game, man.
The story is really awesome.
What is it? Survival horror?
Yeah.
Survival horror,
and
yeah.
it's really relies on the survival aspect. You can't fight anyone. Like, you have to just run and hide. That's
hide.
the whole game, which is good.
It was a fun game, man.
There's monsters or it's just crazy people?
They're all like insane, deformed inmates at this asylum.
Okay.
Or what? Like, is inmate the correct word? I don't know. They live there.
Yeah.
They're inhabitants of
Crazy
this asylum.
people.
Yeah, and they're like kind of zombified, like should probably be dead, like totally deformed. But it's quite scary. There are some proper scares.
It's
in
in
that game,
episodes or it's a whole game?
It's the whole game. You can play the whole game, but
Okay.
obviously with Macro Play, they're basically, episodes, 10-minute episodes.
In total, the main story was 23 episodes, and they're about 10 minutes apiece.
But you
so.
guys didn't like Silent Hill 2.
I like
Silent Hill 2 as
It's
well.
a nostalgia factor, but I feel like
The controls were terrible.
They're the worst.
And
did you
back
watch
in
that?
back in the day, that was cool. Like playing Silent Hill 2 10 years ago was okay, but now it's like
Well, that was like legit. That was
Yeah,
like legit
yeah.
controls back then.
now it's like fuck this shit. I don't want to play that.
I forced my girlfriend to play it because she was telling me about that. So then she's like, I can't fucking play. I can't play this game. It's too difficult. So then I started playing and I was like, oh, I forgot that the X button doesn't work. So you can't like kick the monsters on the floor. And she's like, how the fuck did you beat? Because I passed
You
the
beat
game.
the game?
With the X button all fucked up and I couldn't kill the
What?
monsters.
The main thing that you with the port on the new consoles is
It was a remake. A redefinition.
it's a port that got remastered.
Oh, okay.
But
Sorry.
the main thing with it is like if you can get a hold of the controls, like get used to them, and it's pretty hard. You have to use more of the D-pad than the joystick.
Yeah, it was the whole turn. Like you gotta.
Yeah.
But the turning sucks. It's
because if you're facing one way and you move the stick, that's the way you're gonna go, regardless of whether you're facing back or to the side. So it was kind of fucked
It's
up.
no secret that PlayStation is coming together with that PlayStation Now video rental or purchase thing, like for the older games, that like all the games are getting ported, or many of them are at least. I hope that they revamp like some of the movement and stuff for like Silent Hill 2.
Oh, man, the Master Chief Collection, being able to play the very first Halo multiplayer remastered with new maps is like amazing to me.
So Raul brought up Destiny.
It's because I'm really stuck on Borderlands right now. I'm looking forward to the next game, but Destiny just seems to be like a super beautiful version of that.
I mean, okay, so here's the deal with Destiny. Have you ever played an MMO?
I got 5 level 90.
Are
you serious?
So you'll probably get into it, especially if you like WoW, because
For the
it's
Horde,
not,
baby?
It's not story driven at all.
Do it for the Horde.
But Destiny is not story driven at all, and you're talking about 20 levels to get level capped, and then 10 extra like legendary levels, which are insanely hard to grind. I think the very first level 30 was like a week ago.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah.
Wow.
So lots of grinding in Destiny. It's hard to get good loot, and there's no story to the game.
And
so,
what's the general response from like critics been?
I mean,
And audiences, both like.
I think it's kind of got a cult following. If they do a second one, and I think they are, I think they'll bring a lot more people.
I thought they were
going to
have an expansion. They're already talking about a DLC.
Well, an expansion, but I'm talking about a full-on sequel.
Is this this is the future of video games now? I think they
MMOs?
found a way. No. I think that they found a way to make it more profitable, and it's that they release the game and then release DLC like 2 months later for $30 more bucks.
I just hope every game they make doesn't turn into an MMO now, though. So they're like, oh, MMOs are big, so we need to turn this into an MMO.
Batman.
This
turn
into
Batman
an
into an MMO.
Like
that would actually be kind of cool.
Everybody wants to be Batman, yo. You can't know. We all
Hey,
can't
man.
be.
How awesome would
You
it?
can't be Batman
can't
in
be
my
Batman.
Batman story.
How
I'm
great would it be
Batman.
if there was a Batman story where you play as Bruce from a child all the way up until like.
I'd probably kill myself halfway through.
You'd kill yourself. Why? Because
So,
you would live in Bruce's pain.
I would just I would just do a bunch of drugs and just be like, I'm not gonna go.
That's not a fucking option in this game,
It is.
Raul.
It's a
It's
sandbox.
an MMO, so yeah, you can go do drugs.
Before the show gets too long.
You're gonna do Scrim.
Oh my god.
Let's talk about this real quick. We also finished another game this week, Infamous First Light.
Oh yeah, we did.
Fucking awesome game, man. I loved it. It was a short game. It was like a standalone DLC, but it was fucking awesome.
Some of the acting. I got kind of tired of Shane after a while. It was all this one story about her dealing with this dude, Shane, who's just a total asshole.
But in the end, like, there's the nod to the other characters from Infamous, and
they were there, and now I think that if it would be really awesome if the next game was all three of them and you could interchange them,
like in GTA 5, kind of. Where you switch between the main characters.
Yeah, totally. And I'm not familiar. They should do also a bigger arena.
Gay Tony. It's the Gay Tony factor.
The Gay Tony factor. I liked this game, but I wasn't...
I want to play that. That's what I was looking forward to play.
We have been playing Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor.
Initial thoughts, give them real quick.
Okay, I'm really stoked on this game. I think that the character development is really what sells it. Like, the enemies, especially, the Uruk-hai are fucking awesome. Like, they all have such personality, and, like, that you would never suspect. You never get that from watching the movies.
And, like, your actions, they did a real good job, because when you're making something this open world, your actions need to feel like they have brevity, So
totally.
So like the way they did it was, if you die to an Uruk, that Uruk is going to get promoted, and he's going to start making waves through the fucking scene, and he's going to be, like.
And if you kill him, he'll come after you, if you demote him.
If you beat him and let him go, he'll conspire against you for the rest of his life, Overall, the game is it's like Assassin's Creed meets the Batman series of games, and it is fucking awesome with a Lord of the Rings spin on it,
Hell yeah, and I hope that they do some DLC for it so we can kind of go past Mordor.
You're a villain, right?
No, you're a ranger, and you're dead. Right? Yeah. Are you dead? Are we dead in the game?
But he has wraith powers.
Yes. Yeah. We're dead. Real quick. This poor guy, I was telling Trent what was happening to him. Ryan McCaffrey.
I still don't know what
from IGN has gotten crucified by the community. He posted his review for Alien Isolation, and he gave it a 5.9 out of 10, and the internet has gone wild.
Why? Because everyone loves the game, or what?
Yeah, he was like, okay, let's look at some of the comments. Do you think you would have given it a better score if you had played it on normal difficulty? Because he played it on hard.
That's what I start off every game on, the hardest difficulty, just to get it over with.
Sorry, some people are being nice. Like, sorry you're getting so much cap. Please don't review games you have no interest in playing. Hello, Ryan. If you have
But if you're getting paid for it, you have to review it.
Oh my god, your review of Alien Isolation has taken away all credibility IGN ever had in a review.
All credibility IGN ever had, period. In a review, but period. IGN is not very credible. They said that Supergirl is faster than the Flash.
Still no clue why IGN lets you do reviews. Like, this guy is getting crucified. Poor guy. Ryan McCaffrey, I listened to your podcast, man, so I'm kind of a fan of him.
He gave it a 5.9.
It does say right there that IGN gave Call of Duty Ghost an 8.8 in there.
Which is fucking bullshit, because Call of Duty Ghost is a 3 out of 10.
Product placement.
There you go. So why did he give it a 5.9 though? What were the reasons?
He said the first 20 minutes of it are great, and after that it's like the story isn't very good, I guess is what he was getting at, and it's too hard. But he played on hard. He should have played on normal, I guess is what.
Honestly, I saw the trailer for the game, and what did I tell you? The game is going to be fucking hard.
Trent's exact words were, "I don't want to play that on Macro Play. It's going to be fucking hard."
I can already tell it's going to be insanely hard. Like
that's how Silent Hills is going to be, though.
Well, that's fine with me though, because Silent Hills is
that's the next generation of survival horror, though. Like the way.
It's going to drive you insane.
The way that game worked, though, is fucking genius.
But it's going to drive you nuts.
Here's the thing about Silent Hill. Silent Hill is unpredictable, which is nice. Whereas with this Alien game, I really feel like it's more of like the Batman Arkham Origins kind of thing, where you're like, okay, it's another situation where you have to evade the aliens. Yeah. Don't get caught. Like, it's hiding, and like you can't fight them because obviously you can't fight a fucking xenomorph. Like, they're gonna fucking kill you.
Game over, man.
Yeah, totally. So that's why did he even finish the game?
Yeah,
he did, and he said it was just
on
too
the
hard.
hardest difficulty. He finished it.
and he said it was too.
It was
hard.
just not an enjoyable experience for him. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Gameplay always comes down to the experience.
He's a reviewer, man. He's entitled to his own opinion. But like you were saying, a reviewer on IGN gave Call of Duty Ghosts an 8.8, which was easily a 3 out of 10. Like
that was a piece of shit.
That game is fucking dog crap.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't force people to play
that
game.
for free, and I took it off of my PlayStation 3.
Exactly.
I was like, no.
That's our show, everyone.
Thanks for stopping by, Raul.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate the invite.
Let's show up whenever you want to stop by.
Plug some stuff. Raul, let the people know
I come out on Wednesday. Sometimes I get hungry. Just hit me up on Twitter, Sucio Raul. Just drop me your music. I'm always down to give people free music for you. I'm always down to review people's stuff. I'm just trying to help everybody out in the scene.
And you have your infamous douchey shirt of the day on Instagram as well, right?
I
Is
do.
that still going?
You know what? I broke 3 phones in a row.
Oh, okay, so no more douchey shirt of the day.
Not at least till Thanksgiving, and then I'll do the Black Friday stupidity.
Right.
And get another 3 phones. But yeah.
Nice.
Cool.
Thank you guys for having me over.
No, yeah, for sure, man. Thanks for coming
Nice
by.
having you.
I'm Downlow'd, and you can find me. My name is spelled DOWNLOW''D. You can find me at IamDownlow'd.com. That's DOWNLOWD. And check out my new tune, Legendary. I should have a new bootleg out this week, but I'm not sure.
That bootleg, though.
Hopefully it's out. Yeah, it's out on the same. We'll see. All right. Well, and then also Alex is going to tell you how to check out more of Macro Record stuff.
So if you want to find out more about Macro or just connect with us at all, you can find us at thisismacro.com. It's the hub for all things Macro Records, our blog, Let's Play, music, podcast, everything that we do. All our content is there in one easy to find place.
And the store really is coming very soon.
So you guys are going to be the first to hear it. We're going to announce it on Facebook the day this podcast comes out, but thisismacro.com 2.0 is officially coming this Friday after this podcast. I believe it's the 10th or 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Thisismacro.com 2.0 is going to be available with a working store, and our first 4 designs are going to be available there.
So we'll give you some more information about that in the next podcast.
It's finally here.
Up. It'll actually be up by then, hopefully.
Yeah.
So
I'm looking forward to the shirt.
And Raul keeps trying to plug this colon cleanse.
No, I put it up. No, it's because I saw Call of Duty on.
Someone thinks I'm full of shit. I don't know.
Well, thanks for listening.
Blowing clouds out the crowd with the music up loud. Who you want to be? Hey, you sleep in the morning, still drinking when it's dawning. It's the life we lead. Blowing clouds out the crowd with the music up loud. Who you want to be? Hey. So high, sky ain't a limit. Gonna test it out, gonna push the limit. 'Cause I'm up so high, sky ain't a limit.